hope you're all having a good day so far, night so far, evening so far. I hope your work week is going good. We are going to be getting messages from the 4 archangels of the directions. I was going to do a pre-recorded video just because normally that's easier for me. But I figured that today we should, and I already did one of the piles technically and uploaded it, but I want to do them all together. So if you're watching this on playback, there will be a time selection or a timestamps below, and you can pick one of the 5 piles that we're going to be doing. And we're going to be starting with Micheal, or no. We're going to be actually putting Micheal is going to be pile 5. And then we're going to start with Samael. So this is going to be the first pile. The second pile will be Raphael. The third pile will be Uriel. The fourth pile will be Gabriel. And then we will do Micheal at the end. Okay, so obviously you have your ability to choose. No, we're going to put Micheal first. And then if I have time extra, we'll do Samael as well, just because Micheal and Samael are kind of similar. You see he's like standing on this demon's face, and then this is the devil card. So this is like a representative of the demon that he's standing on in the angel tarot. So maybe these two will go together. And then if you look at their names, they both have, hi Actunify, how are you doing? They both have 306 as their English equivalent for their names. So let's get into this. All right, so we're going to start with Micheal, and let's figure out what decks we're going to use. We'll use this one. We'll use this one just for oracle cards. So we'll start with the oracle cards, and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay, so we'll do these ones here. We'll do the financial ones. And let's see what else. I guess this one. Okay, cool. So let me set these off to the side. So we're going to use the archetype cards. We might use the character cards. I'm not sure on that. Maybe if we need more clarification, we'll use these swear affirmations. And then we'll use the purposeful career and then the chakra cards as well. From anxiety to bliss roller coaster. Exactly. Okay, so let's get this. I'm going to put a little bit of like a frequency thing on here. Just to get myself into the mode. Hi, guys. All right, home, library. Okay, got my little thing on. All right, let's do this. Micheal. I need my little dinger. Where's my dinger? It's not the real dinger, it's a pen. But I have this little singing bowl, that's what we got. Okay, let's do this. We're going to put these ones off to the side. And let's take a look here. We're going to get messages from Micheal. And then to represent the red is going to be the devil or Samael, and that's who he's standing on. So we're going to be just seeing what we have coming out for that. All right. Let's get into this. All right. So can I get the overall, I just want like the basic energy connecting to, hi Vegas Goonies, how are you doing? So I'd like to connect to Archangel Micheal with the bright gold, the bright blue star in the eastern direction. In the eastern direction, with the divine name of Yehovah. I am that I am. And I'd like to call forth Micheal. Okay, call forth Micheal. All right. Can you give me the general energy of what it is that we are exercising with this reading? Okay, something about an ending. We also have home. And we also have solitude. Okay, and then can we get one, please, for Samael? Hi, Budokan. We have power. And when we're looking at Micheal, we're going to be looking at the fixed star of Aldebaran, located at the end of Taurus. It's going to be a bright red star. It's called the Eye of the Bull. So when we think of, when there's like the saying the bull's eye, we're talking, that's another way of calling forth Archangel Micheal, because it's the bull's eye, and it's located at the end of Taurus. And it's one of the watcher stars, and it has to do with Archangel Micheal, which also deals very much so with like financial prosperity. Let's actually get the meaning of Aldebaran, because it's more than just prosperity. But so the Aldebaran star is located in the constellation of Taurus. It's a spectral type K1 III or K1 K53 K1 LLL. So whatever. Okay. It's a red giant. Okay, so let's see. We want meaning. So Aldebaran has multiple meanings. The first one is the follower. So the name Aldebaran comes from the Arabic phrase Dabaran, which means the follower, because Aldebaran appears to follow the Pleiades star cluster across the sky. So it's near Pleiades, but I don't believe it's in Pleiades. So because Aldebaran is the brightest star of the constellation Taurus the Bull, it is often depicted as the bull's eye in drawings. The leading star of stars in Babylonia around 3000 BC, Aldebaran was known as the leading star of stars because the constellation Taurus appeared at the same time as the vernal equinox, which marked the start of the year. Okay, a royal star. In ancient Persia, Aldebaran was one of the 4 royal stars that were believed to guard the heavens. Aldebaran is also known as Alpha Tauri, the Bayard designation for the brightest star of Taurus. It is the 14th brightest star in the sky. It is visible from both the northern and southern hemispheres. Okay. That's not really giving me what I need. So it bestows success and honor. In Western astrology, Aldebaran is often associated with the Taurus zodiac sign and is considered to be one of the most important fixed stars in the sky. It is believed to bring success, honor, and prosperity to those who are born under its influence, as well as protection from harm and danger. Intelligence, eloquence, steadfastness, integrity, popularity, courage, ferocity, a tendency to sedation, a responsible position, public honors, and gain of power and wealth through others. But its benefits seldom prove lasting, and there is also danger of violence and sickness. The Hindu myth is Aldebaran was a beautiful young woman named Rohini, disguised as an antelope and pursued by her lecherous father disguised as a deer in Mrigashirsha. So we're looking at the energies between Mrigashirsha and Rohini. Sorry if that got a little out of control. I just needed to know. Okay. We have truth. Give me one more, please. Patience. So we're seeing here we have 2 cards here with this checkerboard. We have truth and patience. So there is an aspect of time, but there's also an aspect of needing to look at yourself in the mirror. Maybe I should move this down over here like this. Let me see. All right, there we go. We'll move this up a little bit, and then we'll go like this. Ooh, la, 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 la. All right, and then we'll go up a little higher. And then we'll go over here. Is that right? Okay. Just so that you guys can see what I am working on here with this. Hold on. I want to put a sweater on just because I have so many scars on my hands. Alrighty. Alright. These need to go up here. I'm so sorry. Is that okay? All right. So now you guys can see them and what we're working with. So just so you know that the right hand, this side right here, is always going to be the energy that I am emitting, and this is the energy that you are emitting, okay? Just like right hand is the energy I'm able to give, the left hand is the energy I'm able to receive. So I'm actually going to flip this. Right? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Can I get can you give me a card to represent in regards to purposeful career? Anything in regards to career that we need to be aware of? Anything in regards to career? We have magical. Your dream life is manifesting magically. You have enough resources to bring your desires into reality. Your income is increasing rapidly. And then we have advancement here, and it says career growth can be expected in your field of work. Opportunities are coming your way, so don't waste your time and improve your finances. So there is an aspect of time here. Hey, lady, Miss Lady, just please don't going crazy right now. Is that centered enough? Okay. Are you having some water? My dog is so sweet and cute. I love her so much. Okay. All right. Please don't. We don't need another one of these. Okay, let's. Oh, this one came out. We also have mishaps here, but that was from a reading I did earlier. Go lay down. Thank you, love. All right, so let's get into the energy. So we're going to be looking at the current path for pile 1. The current path for pile 1. We have the sun. All right, the current path for pile 1. What does pile 1 need to accept right now in regards to their home? We have the 8 of Pentacles, which can talk about prudence, or it can talk about work, right? Consistent work, doing work over and over and over again that needs to be perfected almost, right? So it talks of, it's a level of perfecting something, right? All right, so can we get one more card? Can you give me some information about this ending in regards to the 7th house of the 7th house from Michael? So this is going to be what is opposing Michael. This is going to talk about close relationships, contracts, and we have ending here. Okay, so there could be an ending to a contract or a close relationship that you're needing to keep in mind. Just, okay, go. The 6 of Pentacles. This could be due to a lack of equal give and take, right? Or it could be ending to some sort of situation that maybe one person felt like they were giving too much, or they were not receiving enough back, right? Okay, so what is this solitude card? You could be getting into a work, like a work arena or like a workspace where you are going to be asked to be more solitary, to be more independent in regards to, right? So that's the 10th house from Micheal. That's way too many cards. You have the Empress, which is good energy for Taurus, right? We do have the Sun kind of coming out in regards to your overall, in regards to your overall appearance or your overall persona, your overall demeanor, which is really good. All right, let's go over here to the left side. I don't know if I should have done that for the left side. It doesn't really matter though. So what is the severity of God? The Two of Pentacles, Jupiter and Capricorn. The Page of Wands, which is like enthusiasm. Judgment in reverse. And then the Ten of Pentacles with power. So the Ten of Pentacles is Mercury and Virgo. It really talks about, I love this. Look at how cute she is. Right? I like this card though. It's nice. They look like they're having a nice time. Ah. I always say she's cute because she kind of looks like me when I was a kid, I feel like. Yeah, she does. I feel like if that was a picture of me, like as a kid on a tarot card, that's kind of exactly what it would look like. Maybe a little bit lighter skin. But I used to have like this Cinderella dress I would wear. That was a long time ago. Cool. The Two of Pentacles talks about really big focus on your career, with Capricorn being the natural ruler of the 10th house. Judgment in reverse in regards to relationships could talk about maybe having like judgmental partners or people in regards to relationships that are judgmental or that are viewing something, that are giving you their perspective on something. It also talks about receiving messages or receiving calls. Your 4th house, you're very optimistic. You're very patient in regards to the way that you are. I don't know if this is making any sense. I didn't really plan a spread for this. I am going to just do, this is the only one we're doing 2 sides on. I just wanted to do that because I like to have the energy of like what I'm bringing into the energy and what you're bringing into energy. And if they're like too opposite, if they're too like far off from each other, I try not to really pursue the reading, just because I don't want to cause too much of like an energetic shift for me. And I also don't want to try and tap into something that I have no ability of being able to understand, but I feel like these are pretty equivalent in regards to energies. It's pretty balanced, so I feel like I can handle it. Obviously, you guys have the Empress here, so you have 2 major arcanas. I only got 1 major arcana, but that's okay. And I got my major arcana is in reverse, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's just I don't want to be like tapping into energy that's like too far off from what I'm able to comprehend or understand. Like I can't read about somebody that's going through like treacherous, dire circumstances sometimes, because I'm not in that state of mind. Well, if you needed somebody to talk to about it, of course I could be an open ear for you, but like I can't necessarily tap into that energy because it's so far off from my personal individual frequency. So that's just why I like to do the first one as an energy check for me and you as well. The Empress is really good here. There could be some sort of like new career thing that you are pursuing, that you're undertaking, right? It's good vibes. It's not bad vibes, right? It's equal give and take here. We both have good like pentacle, like solid, firm foundations in regards to different areas or aspects of our lives. There might be like some home renovations that need to be done. And it looks like, the only thing that I would say is that there's some sort of truth maybe about close personal relationships that needs to be assessed, addressed, or like paid attention to if there's something that's imbalanced in regards to your own personal relationships. But this could also just talk about like, with this side here being judgment in reverse, could talk about not answering the call or not necessarily fully comprehending. Okay, so that's Micheal. Let's get, I think that's all I want to do for that. Let's get some character or archetype cards. Okay, so give me an overall character for We have the swindler, master of deception, hypocrisy, disguise, and conspiracy. All right. And then we have the stranger, which is passerby, encounter by chance, mutual aid, and new friend. So that's cool. Swindler, sorry if it comes off that way. You know, sometimes we all have to be a little bit like, it is the severity of God. So that's like the worst possible outcome, or that's like God acting severe. So I guess that could be maybe the severe opinion of my subconscious mind. Okay, so maybe sometimes we get a little swindly in regards to money, right? We all need money. Sometimes you got to be a little swindly. Sometimes you got to, you know, bob and weave to get the things you need. Sometimes that's just what you got to do. So we also have friend here. All right. Is that all we have? Let's get one archetype card. I was just listening to Caroline Miss, who's the creator of this deck, talk, and she's very interesting. I like her. We have the Fool. That's what came out for the Micheal reading I did before. And the card that I pulled, it was just kind of like weird and low vibrational. It didn't make a lot of sense, but it said loss of companionship. And it says loss of consortium can be cited as a type of pain and suffering if an accident causes someone to be deprived of the benefits of married life or parenting. Loss of ability to show affection, care, or security is under what can be claimed. And then I was looking up when I got these, when I made these this morning, I was like, what can you receive compensation for? Right? Like, what can you, like, in regards to just like, what can you be compensated for? So I don't know, really the way the cards kind of came out, like, I don't know if you ever listen to like really low vibrational readers or people that are just like they're just like talking about all and like manifesting all these really negative things for people. You know, kind of like just like fear mongering even. So it was kind of like, what can be claimed for that, or for the ability of being holding space for people that are going through, right, the toxic readers. What can we claim? What can we put into the universe saying like, okay, so I was able to sit through this uncomfortability. I was able to deal with, you know, maybe a reader caused a breakup for you, right? What can be claimed? What can you receive from that happening, right? Like that's karma on their heads, right? A lot of times people putting their nose in business where it doesn't belong, or just like causing unnecessary drama for people because they're bored with their own lives. I feel like we need to put an energy in, especially with this Jupiter Sun energy, really like getting the benefits of the pain and the suffering that we were caused by like small groups of people, or just like, you know, unnecessariness, right? Unnecessary energies that people are emitting, right? We should be able to receive the good karma, right? We should be able to receive some things for the bullshit that we've been put through, right? It's like maybe we don't need to so much get revenge on people, but maybe we deserve like some payback, or like something good to come into our lives for the difficult things that we've endured, right? Like fuck revenge, like give me something good. Like I'd rather have something good for the pain that I've endured, for the endings, the things I had to cut off, right? The solitude that I've had to go through, the introspection that I've done. Like what can I receive from that, right? What can I receive to make life easier for me, right? What can I do to receive, you know, for things like that? So I don't know. Let's see. All right, I think that's what we have for this pile. Let's get one of these cards here. But this talks about like taking the plunge, or like taking a risk maybe. We have good things happen to those who hustle. You can see the rainbow above, so there's some sort of promise that God, right? The rainbow talks about like the promise, in like the story of Noah's Ark, and he makes the rainbow saying that he'll never flood the earth again. So like this could be like a promise from the Most High, or promise from Micheal, or just a promise maybe even to yourself that you are not willing to put yourself through those kind of toxic emotions any longer, and you are making a promise to yourself to never subject yourself to toxic people anymore. And I feel like with that promise, there's a sort of power that's being emitted from that, right? You're no longer submitting yourself to leeches, to people that don't put anything in, right? You're going to stand strong and stand firm in your own personal decision of what kind of emotions you're going to allow into your home or into your just into your life in general, right? There's like we have to have a standard of the things that we'll allow, especially when you're coming in with energy like this of the sun. Like, look at how happy he looks. Like, his life looks really good. He looks like he's having a really nice time, right? He looks overjoyed. And so there's something about like not allowing people that are just like in this sort of ending energy, like only about what they can receive and not at all about what they can give, or like just imbalanced relationships. It's all really about balance with this Libra energy that's about to be coming in. It's a lot about finding that balance. And even here we can see the balance kind of with this time card, and you can see how like it's being created, but there's something about needing to find that that perfect like in between spot. Oh, where does it? But really remaining optimistic, right? So it's like the energy like that between two people can really like carry over. We see this is like the card of optimism. This is the happiest card in the deck. And the Page of Wands talks about enthusiasm and like travel. It's a more minor arcana version of it, but it's just like how the energy can travel over, or how the energy that one person can have on another person can cause something great, or it can cause something really catastrophic in your life, right? A loss of companionship. All it takes is one reader to say something, and for you to like get this slight idea in your mind, and like the, what is it called, the like is it the theory of assumption or something about assumption? I believe it's like a Neville Goddard thing, right? When you like assume something, you kind of make it so. So just try and speak life into your life, like speak life into your life, right? Speak things that will bring growth and prosperity, and try not to be so severe in nature. But I do like the energies are pretty balanced, so let's move on, I think, to the next pile. Oh, we have this one. What is the overall energy that we can expect in regards to the collective? The next one will be easier. Sorry, that was just kind of like the energy check overall. Yeah, we have right action. Right action. Do I have that book out, or is it inside of the trunk? It might be in the trunk, I think. I think it is. Okay, no big deal. I would read it from the book, but I don't know. So we have 19, right action. So that's just doing like the right thing, right? It's like integrity almost a little bit. Doing what's right, doing what you know you need to do. We have this aspect of the Trinity here. So there's different aspects of you, right? You have different qualities, you have different abilities, different things that you can present to people, right? It's not all just the same energy. Okay, so let's move on. We're going to pick all this up and we're going to move to the next pile. I do want to make it the timestamp, so we can do that. Give you these. There. And this goes here. These go. Where's the deck at? Here. This goes over. Where are we at? Here. These go here. These two come over. Oh my goodness, where is it at? Here. And this goes here. And these go over here. That there. And we have the next one we're doing is Raphael, which is 366. So that's an even more powerful number, right? It's kind of like if we were to look at the number of the name for this one, we see 306, right, as the English gematria for the name of Micheal. So if we think of the 0 or the O as a portal, right? So it's like the 0 will kind of amplify whatever this is. So you can see there's like The 6 gets amplified. The 3 is a little bit more constant. The 3 is almost like it's not necessarily concrete in reality yet. While the 6 talks about beauty, it talks about the sun, it talks about the central self. And so we see that kind of happening here with the name Raphael being 366. So that 0 almost like is reflecting back that other number, right? And this is the second archangel, and I believe that this rules the zodiac sign of Leo, or technically I believe it's in Virgo now, but we're going to be looking at the fixed star Regulus next. And these are the 4 angels that you would use in the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. When you call in the 4 archangels, and then they kind of like disperse out. So the divine name we use, and you would want to do this in the south direction of wherever you're at. And you would say the divine name is Adonai. So let's see. The fixed star Regulus is at 29 degrees, 50 minutes of arc in the constellation of Leo. And it is a blue-white type B8 of the combined magnitude of 1.3 spectral, type B8, color is blue-white. Regulus appears singular, but is a quadruple star system composed of 4 stars that are organized into 2 pairs, Regulus A spectroscopic binary, Regulus BC, as shown below. The light output of the star system is dominated by Regulus A. Regulus A, we already read that. Regulus B is a magnitude 8.13 spectral type K2V. Regulus C has a magnitude of 13.5 spectral type M4V. Anyway, sorry, that was kind of unnecessary. So in Latin, the name Regulus means prince or little king. And this is on astrologyking.com. You can read this on his website. But we have, in Arabic, Kalb al-Asad means the heart of the lion. The same as the Latin Cor Leonis. Okay, that doesn't matter. In Chinese, the 14th star of Xuanyan, the yellow emperor. In Babylonia, it was Sharu the king, and Lugal, the star that stands in the breast of the lion or the king. So can you just give me, so in Persian, it was Mayan, the center. I didn't write a timestamp. I need to do that immediately. So we'll say Michael was at 3 minutes, and then we'll say that Raphael is going to start at we'll say it started at 28 minutes. Okay, cool. So it's the Watcher of the it's the Watcher of the North. It is marked by the summer solstice. Symbolically, the crushing foot Regulus is associated with the healing Archangel Raphael, one of the 4 archangel stars, characterized by the 4 horsemen of the Apocalypse, Revelation 6, the chariot horses in the book of Zechariah. The white went north. Ptolemy, 100 BC, said Regulus was like Mars and Jupiter. Okay. Indicating a Jupiter nature of the second. Okay, bam. Can you give me what? According to Ptolemy, the nature of Mars and Jupiter, but most later authors liken it to Mars only. I have Mars conjunct Regulus with my North Node. Holy moly, cannoli. Okay. Oh, don't even get me started on that. This isn't giving me what I need. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do Regulus in the houses for this spread. So we're looking at Regulus here. Raphael is going to be God as he has healed, healing, heals all disorders, protects travelers and medical workers. So we're going to be looking at, and it pretty much just talks about power, right? I know it's in the constellation of Magha, which is ruled by the Pitris. I don't even know why I was looking at this. I already know the answer to this. It talks about healing. It's the ability to have power, right? It's the connection to the forefathers. So when we think about powerful men that have passed on, so this connection also has a really strong tie to powerful men that have passed on, powerful men ancestors, the forefathers, right? So this is also talking about the demiurge. This is talking about, right, because 4 is, when I was reading this card here, in the Book of Thoth, we pull up the 4 fours. And we can read here. These cards are attributed to Hesed. The connection between the number 4 and the number 3 is extremely complex. The important characteristic is that the 4 is below the abyss. Therefore, in practice, it means solidification, materialization, things that have become manifest. The essential point is that it expresses the rule of law. In the wand suit, the card is completion. The manifestation promised by Bina is now taken place. This number must be very solid because it is the actual domineering influence of all the following cards. Hesed, Jupiter, Ammon, the father, the first below the abyss is the highest idea which can be understood in an intellectual way. That is why the Sephiroth is attributed to Jupiter, who is the demiurge. The demiurge is like the one that creates all things, right? I looked it up in one of the readings I just did recently. Define the demiurge. So it is a being responsible for all creation of the universe. So that's kind of like what you could, it's not necessarily one, I feel like it's a connection to just like the masculine power, right? You think of like Donald Trump. I believe Donald Trump has his ascendant and his Mars conjunct Regulus. And so I have my North Node and Mars conjunct Regulus. So there's this ability of talking like the face of something, right? It's to be like his like entrance into the world was here, while my timeline at the end of my life will end here. So there's some sort of connection there. It just brings power, right? You think about Donald Trump, how he just has like a way of speaking that's just kind of like it's confidence. He's sure of himself, right? He has this ability to go into situations that would leave him harmed and come out unwounded. And that's one of the powers of Magha Nakshatra. Magha Nakshatra.
According to Times of India, Magha Nakshatra is ruled by Ketu, the south node of the moon, which represents spirituality, liberation, and the influence of past karma. Individuals born under this nakshatra possess a deep connection to ancestral wisdom, spiritual insights, and a sense of duty towards their lineage.
Okay, so that's what we have for this. So it's going to talk about healing kind of the lineage. There is a need, or like you have a sense of duty to your lineage, to your bloodline, right? And we have power here. I don't know why I kept that out, but we're going to keep it there because that's definitely very indicative of what this is going to be talking about, is power, right? It bestows power, right? We think of Leo as the king, the lion heart, right? Bravery, but also an ability to be a warrior in a sense. So I'm going to put this on this side just because I have this in my chart. So I will be able to bestow this energy upon you guys. I have it in my chart. I don't have anything in Aldebaran at all, but I know that Buddha does have a lot of placements around the end of Taurus. So I was able to put that on the right side, but I do have this fixed star in my natal chart. So let's talk about this. So let's talk about the power, right? We're going to talk about power in each of the houses. And because this is such a strong fire-ruled sign, we're going to use this deck here. Don't let it freak you out. It's just very fiery deck. Okay, so I want to know in regards to, if you have Regulus in your first house, how is Regulus? We have the Devil. So this is the ability to kind of, okay, the Devil. the devil. So that's the ability to have power, right? You have power, which means that you have the ability to have people that you rule over, I guess, is kind of what it's saying. The devil can talk about obsessions, addictions. It can talk about an obsession with power, the ability or like knowing that you have power. So it could be even like using that to your benefit, right? Using it in some sort of way. People could maybe view you as the devil if you have this on your ascendant or in your first house. People could view you as that, right? That you have people locked in some way. Okay. I don't have it in my first house. I have it in my sixth house. Okay, so that's what we have for the first house. What do we have for the second house? If you have this in your second house, we have the Empress. What about the, hey, give me the third house, please. Very fucking powerful cards, guys. This is extremely powerful. Do you see these cards? Right? The first house can be a little bit maybe overbearing, just a smidge, right? This is all energy that's being healed, though. Okay, so anything that was out of alignment, right? This is past karmas, right? You have to heal this about that house in your chart if you have this. You have to work with Raphael to heal this. And a way of doing that is by getting in or on or start working the wheel. Working the wheel is like getting in regards to the zodiac signs. When you read for the zodiac signs, when we're doing any work zodiacally, that's going to talk a lot about the wheel. Look at her foot, dude. That is a flippin' foot. Look at those. That's like Doja Cat toes. Look at her long toenails right there. Remember in that video where she had like the long toenails and she was like filing her toenails a little bit? You remember that? All right, let's talk to me about Regulus here. And if you look at her throne, it almost looks a little bit like a lion. Like, that's a crazy looking throne. This was only $10 on Amazon, and it's got like the nicest card stock of all the decks I have. It's a very nice deck. It's a little bit brutal, but I really like it, and it reads very well. Okay, so let's see. I will grab the book when we get all the cards out to clarify. The fourth house. So the fourth house is going to talk about home, receiving love. We have the Two of Wands. Sorry if that's disrespectful to you guys. It's the Two of Wands, though. So that's Mars and Aries. So just like exalted Mars, right? Mars well dignified. Talk to me about the fifth house, please. We have the High Priestess. The sixth house, please. The Six of Skulls or the Six of Cups. My favorite card in this deck. Look at him. He's flipping the bird behind him. And there's a fucking explosion, right? He's got this lady down sitting below him. He's saying, fuck the past. And he's just this middle finger and there's an explosion. I'm sorry, that's the most badass card in the entire deck. You can't say that's not. Like, what? That's Sun in Scorpio, though. Seventh house, we have Justice. The eighth house, we have Strength. All right, and give me the ninth house. So when we pass the eighth house, that's when the death process happens. And that's when we get into the higher mind, right? That's when we really start becoming an initiate. Is when we get past this eighth house. The Emperor. The 10th house, please. Tenth house, please. The Ten of Swords. The 11th house, please. The Queen of Wands. And the 12th house, we have the Star. So let's get into clarifying these cards. So we're going to be doing these one at a time, and they're not necessarily going to blend together because we're just asking a certain question in regards to Raphael and how he is healing each individual house. So you can have any ascendant, right? So starting here, if you have a Leo ascendant, this will be most relevant to you, because this would be your first house, meaning that Regulus or Raphael is in your first house, working on healing your need to be overbearing, overpowering. Let's read what it says from the book really fast, just to get it done quickly so it's not up to too much of my interpretation. The devil. So, the devil tarot card can indicate freedom from liberation and breaking free from bondage. It suggests that you may be breaking free from a situation that had previously trapped you, like the two skeletons which were released from the chains of the devil, which can indicate a sense of liberation and breaking free from unhealthy attachments. Overall, the devil calls on you to confront your inner fears and anxieties, to free yourself from the chains that bind you to your limiting, unhealthy beliefs. Take every opportunity to bring about positive change in your life by staying focused on the ultimate goal of freedom. First house. Second house is going to talk about your core values, your financial beliefs. So this would mean if you have a Cancer rising, this will be pertaining to your second house, where Regulus would be placed in your second house. So there's something about the Empress being divine feminine energy and needing to heal your ancestral lineage's issue in regards to the feminine energy, in regards to the mother, in regards to the mother being able to receive, or the mother being able to obtain or have her own personal finance. Okay, I have a Cancer moon myself, so this will kind of pertain to me and my lineage, because there is that lunar chart where you can make your moon become your ascendant, which is, I feel like, a very prominent chart, as well as your solar chart where your ascendant would be placed directly on your sun, as well as the time of birth. But let's read about it. So the Empress can represent personal insecurity, fear of loss, abandonment, and a need for self-love. Like the Empress sitting on a throne, she may represent an isolated and abandoned figure. Therefore, now is the time to bring loving energy to focus to yourself, especially if you have been giving away your personal power by placing too much emphasis on another person's emotional or material needs, thus neglecting your own. Okay? See, this is the path of horror. So it's really not a bad book. It's like some people in the comments had gotten offended by the way it looked. Whatever. I think it's an amazing deck. So we're healing that. We're going to move on to the third house. And the third house is going to talk about your siblings, going out and doing daily routines like chores, or going out and doing short distance travel type things. But it's also friends. Can be friends. It's kind of like the junk drawer. It also talks about the little knowledges, the little things that you've learned. And this is a very higher knowledge card. It also talks about beware the false prophet, is what it says there. As the little catchphrase, it says beware the false prophet. So the Hierophant represents rebellion against established structures and institutions. It signifies the rejection of tradition and refusal to conform to societal norms. Sometimes you have to face the potential consequences of following the wrong path. Like two followers in this card, they maybe are receiving punishment from the Hierophant. However, you are ready to go it alone and go your own way, even if that means going against convention. Give yourself permission to trust your inner guidance system to create your own path forward. And so that could be something that you're working on healing, is breaking out of your family or your siblings or your past siblings or your uncles, right? They could be very traditional, but you're being asked in this lifetime, if you have Regulus in your third house or Raphael in your third house, you could be being advised to break free from those traditions. To be different, right? Don't be afraid to be the black sheep of the family. Don't be afraid to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to, maybe it also talks about short distance travel or like your car. Hi, good morning. How are you doing? It could also talk about, right? So maybe instead of a car, maybe you want to get a moped. Maybe instead of a car, you want to ride a bicycle. Maybe instead of a car, you want to take the bus. Maybe you don't feel like you want to drive so much. Maybe you don't feel like you want to do that. Maybe you want to go a more environmentally friendly route. Maybe you want to carpool, right? Maybe there's something about that. There could be something about your mode of transportation that could be breaking the norm, right? It also talks about like Elon Musk and the Cybertruck, Elon Musk and his what he did with the whole electric cars, right? It was breaking the convention, right? And it definitely made a ripple effect in regards to the higher ups, right? Because this is also talking about power. And so you have to think the elites, the people in power in our world, is definitely going to be also using the energy of this star. So you have to think like the oil companies, right? That changed the entire way that the world was progressing. And he broke conventions, and that's really cool. I really actually like Elon Musk a lot. I believe he has a Gemini rising, which would put Regulus in his third house. So he might actually have a Cancer rising. I'm not sure. So that's just something to consider, something to think about. I believe he has Punarvasu rising, which is in the end of Gemini, so that would put it in his third house. So there's something about breaking convention, breaking norms, right? Going, like doing what people said was impossible, going and doing it anyways because the world has to change, the world has to evolve, and in order to do that, sometimes we have to make people upset, or we have to do the unconventional, do something that might get us in trouble, but at the same time, it might help a lot of people or even help the planet. It might tick a few people off, but sometimes that's what you just have to do. So we're going to move over here to the fourth house. The fourth house is going to talk a lot about real estate. It's going to talk about home. And with this star, we were talking a lot about it having the qualities of Mars. So with it coming out in the fourth house, that's definitely something you want to be really cautious of. The fourth house can also talk about like babies and like mothering. And it's like, right, it's the natural house of Cancer. And Cancer rules the breasts. Pushya Nakshatra is like where the infants go to receive nutrients from the mother. So that's the natural house, not necessarily saying that that's the sign. But what that would make you, we had Gemini, so that would make you, if you have a Taurus rising, that would put this in your fourth house. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands. And the catchphrase or the little phrase says, balancing spiritual and material pursuits. So it suggests a lack of direction or purpose. You may feel uncertain about your goals and lack the motivation to move forward. It's important to keep patience as success may not come as quickly as you'd like. Remember to stay positive and trust in yourself. Okay, so there might be something in regards to your home or real estate that might take a little bit more work, but you have the energy, you have the tenacity to do it. Just don't put yourself out, right? Don't be afraid to open some books and to learn something new. Right? Even if it's like, you see how he's even sitting far off from the castle there? He's sitting there, he's looking at it, but he's like, he's maybe might not be ready to make that move or to like go back to his home, right? There's still something that he is figuring out or learning about himself before he's ready to completely and fully tackle this energy of in regards to healing, right? So there's still healing that needs to be done in regards to the home life or in regards to yeah. Let's move on. So the next card we have here is going to be Raphael in the fifth house. So we're now moving into Aries rising. So if you're an Aries rising and you have the fixed star Regulus, Raphael, the Watcher of the North, in your fourth house, or wait, no, in your fifth house. So this is going to talk about the love that you give, right? So the love that you give, the energy that you emit. The fourth house can also be seen as like the building that the school takes place in, while the fifth house is like the actual school and the knowledge you obtain from the school itself. I learned that from KRS-One Astrology, who has he has like a Magha Vedic astrology. So he has, he also taps a lot into this energy of Raphael and being able to heal, right? And healing and power of the Pitris of, and that's the name of his University of, no, that's a different one. So the high priestess, hang on, I'm going to close my window really fast. And then I'll be right back. Alrighty. So the high priestess in your fifth house is being represented by the high priestess. So you could have really good, like, your intuition is being healed. So if you're an Aries rising, your intuition, your intuitive capacity is what we're working on healing right now. Your ability to trust in your intuition, your ability to trust in the higher guidance or the higher knowledge that you have, your ability to trust yourself, to trust the love that you give out, to trust that the energy that you're emitting is not like tainted. There's nothing wrong with it, right? It's like almost like, it's reminding me of a certain song. I can't remember. Let's read what it says though, because I could be completely wrong. So the high priestess, it says she knows the truth can be the deadliest of all. So the secrets and intuition are being ignored or distorted. The high priestess may represent a lack of trust in your intuition or a refusal to acknowledge the hidden truths that are revealed to you. This card can warn you to be careful of illusions and deceptions that may be clouding your judgment. Like the bloody scene in the card, it may warn of the potential for destruction and chaos when you are guided by false guidance. Okay, so it's really important here with this card to really focus on are you being delusional, right? Is what you're saying, is what you're going on delusional? Like I did the first reading for Micheal, and I was reading from this book here. It's like this book here it's low key, it's a little bit delusional. Like I understand there's really good messages in it, but like it really goes out into that realm of not being grounded in practical reality. It's like you cannot focus solely on the spiritual. There has to be a connection to the material plane, right? And sometimes we get the messages that can be, dolphins and sunshines and rainbows and aliens and weird stuff. But at the end of the day, is it connecting us back to Earth? Because I don't care what anyone says. You can say you're a fucking Pleiadian fucking, diaper wipe. I don't care. But like at the end of the day, why would you want to be from anywhere other than Earth, right? Earth is amazing. Earth is so great to us. Earth does so many things for us. I mean, Earth is an amazing planet. So there's something about needing to connect yourself back to the Earth and to not disregard the Earth or like be like the Earth, like talking crap about the Earth, right? Earth is great. We love Earth. We're Earth star seeds, right? If you were to go to say that quote unquote, there would be an ability to be in a different planet, right? You're from Pleiadian. So let's say somehow we make it to the Pleiadian, wherever the fuck they're partying at, right? We wouldn't go there and be like, oh, I'm a Pleiadian. No, we would go there and say, I'm from Earth. Because that's where we're from. We're from Earth. Something about that. Something about being from Earth. I don't know. That was so stupid. I wasn't. I have Aries in my first house. But technically I'm a Pisces rising, which is this card. So we're now at Pisces rising. So if you're a Pisces rising and you have Regulus in your sixth house, you have the Six of Skulls. Right? Like, I don't get that. Anyways, I guess we all come from somewhere. I guess I just don't fully understand. We gotta hurry up. How long has it been? It's been an hour. We gotta hurry. Okay. So we have the Six of Skulls, which is okay, so you are clinging to the past. While you find it comforting to be in the security of home, you must also learn to forge your path. Enjoy a trip down memory lane, but do not get so swept up in the memories that you lose your realistic perspective. Did I not just talk about that? The high priestess talks about like intuition, so maybe I was just seeing that coming or something. So I'm going to just flip that over. We got that message already out. We're going to heal that, right? Intuition is being healed. We have knowledge, being away from home, needing to learn knowledge from faraway places maybe. We have the Hierophant. We have the Empress, receiving. And then we have the Devil, so freeing ourselves. I'm reading all of these definitions in reverse just because they're being healed, right? So all of these cards they're up right now. I'm reading them reversed. I'm sitting on the opposite side of you, so I'm reading them reversed. And then the energies will materialize in the upright position, right? Because we're talking about what's being healed. So all of these energies are going to really change. The only thing that is really kind of like the more negative card here is this one, because this card can be a little bit more negative in regards to the upright meaning, right? So if there's any card here that like really resonated with you, maybe try and you can Google it really quick and read the upright reading meaning. I don't have time to do that tonight. So now we're going to be looking at your 7th house. And here we have Justice. So if you have a Aquarius rising and your, it would be more so, now we're kind of getting into the other person. So the first 6 houses are really going to talk about the self. And then we move to the higher aspect of life, the 7th house, which is going to talk about things external to you. So this is going to really take place in, if you have an Aquarius rising, it's more likely that your partner will be more so carrying this energy of Raphael, right? Your significant other, your long-term business partners. Right? The 6th house also talks about health a little bit. So anything in regards to like the way that you used to feel or act in the past about your health. I didn't really tap into that, but this can also talk about contracts with the 7th house. So let's just see what it says. And we have that Justice card coming out. So that's really potent because that is the natural house of Libra. And this is the major arcana of Libra. So there's definitely something here about someone in your life that potentially had more power than you, maybe doing something unjust. Let's read what it says. It says, justice is a double-edged sword. Justice reversed can suggest that you know you've done something that isn't morally right. However, you're not willing to take full accountability for your actions and may try to ignore and blame others for your mistakes. You are being dishonest with yourself and others, as well as your unwillingness to look beyond your fears and ego blinds you to the broader lesson. Assess your situation once more, this time intending to discover where you can accept responsibility. Once you acknowledge where you've made a mistake, do whatever you can to make it right again. You will need to live with the consequences on your conscience so that you can go with what feels right for you. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to pull it like this. And we're going to read the upright versions of these cards like this. And so we're going to do it like that. Just because this is talking about the other person. Just so it's like balanced, right? So let's read the upright for justice. So justice card represents justice, fairness, truth, and the law. The figure of justice is usually depicted as a woman holding a sword and scales, symbolizing the power to make decisions and weigh the consequences of actions. A level of compassion and understanding accompanies justice. Although you may have done something you regret, this card suggests that you are being treated fairly without bias. Be ready to take responsibility for your actions and stand accountable for the ensuing consequences. Okay. Now let's look at strength. So this is going to be your 8th house. This is going to talk about other people's finances, things that are hidden from you. Okay, so if you have a Capricorn rising, the energy or the power that you receive from the star might not be something that you're fully conscious of. That might take you learning or tapping into the occult to fully uncover this knowledge. This can also talk about investments, right? So this could talk about your ability to have strength in regards to the investments that you acquire. Other people's money could be very strong. You could have a very strong connection to that, right? The ability to have power from things that people maybe are investing into you. So, the strongest weapon is the mind. This also talks about genitalia. So you could have very like strong genitalia, very strong ability to have like very powerful sex, right? It's intimate. That's intimate. We're getting into the more intimate areas, right? This is the final place before the true initiation begins, right? This is death, right? I have it written on one of these cards where it says, death is the end to animal life. And you see this strength card, and this is talking about her own personal inner animal, right? Her inner animal that she has to kill, those vices. And then now, once we go past this part, we become human, and we go through this initiation of becoming um, a free individual, or becoming liberated, becoming free from the things that have caused us pain. And sometimes that initiation can be very painful. Sometimes that initiation can be extremely difficult, right? To become free, to completely liberate yourself. It can be very painful. It can be very hard to go through, but it is at the end going to bring this energy of healing. Let's go. So strength represents compassion, power, courage, and control. It suggests that you have the inner strength and determination to overcome obstacles and challenges. The strange woman in the card can be seen as a representation of the inner strength and courage required to confront evil and darkness. The lion represents primal instincts and the need to be brave in the face of danger. Sometimes the greatest strength lies within oneself and can be used to overcome the most terrifying of situations. The eighth house is kind of a dark place. It can be kind of scary. It's the natural house of Scorpio. So now we're moving on to the ninth house. The ninth house is going to talk about your higher knowledge. The ninth house is really going to talk about a place is where freedom really comes into play. It's the natural house of Jupiter. It's when Jupiter gets a spark. You think Jupiter is a ginormous gas giant. So it is, it's like the failed star, right? It doesn't have that spark to make it a big star yet, but it has the potential to be. It didn't receive its spark, so that's why it exalts in Sagittarius. That's why it loves Sagittarius, because Sagittarius gives it that spark and it gives it that power. So with the Emperor coming out in the ninth house, and then Jupiter is becoming very prominent here. So we were talking about Regulus having the qualities of Jupiter and Mars. So this is going to be very much so tied into energies of war, right? So let's read about it. So control is an illusion is the catchphrase we have here. The Emperor card represents power, authority, responsibility. In the upright, meaning it shows structure, reliability, and stability, indicating a need for discipline and order in one's life. It can also indicate a need for protection, either from external forces or from one's self-destructive tendencies. In this horror card, the devil's emperor sitting on the throne can be seen as a representation of the faces of darkness and evil. While the skull and the scepter may symbolize power and authority wielded by the ruler, overall the emperor indicates power of leadership, control to provide protection and stability in the face of darkness and evil. Right, we're kind of noticing how it's getting like the cards are getting a little bit crazy. And I feel as though that is because when we get into this section of the sky, it's like the power can be a little bit out of control. We don't want the people in our lives necessarily to have so much power. That's why it's important that it's balanced, right? Sometimes when people get a lot of power, they don't know what to do with it or they don't act properly, right? So it can be scary when we get this star in the eighth house or in signs that are opposite, right? Because we're thinking like, this is the complete opposite of what the first house is, right? We're getting into, what is this? This would have been for Sagittarius risings. This is for Scorpio risings. Scorpio risings, that can be fucking terrifying. I think that's Scorpio, right? Wait, so we have Leo, we have Cancer, we have Gemini, we have Taurus, we have Aries, we have Pisces, we have Aquarius, we have Capricorn, Sagittarius, Scorpio. Scorpio and Leo have a square aspect to each other, and I feel like those are one of the two, I think that's the fixed square is very complex and very difficult because they're very fucking rigid. They don't want to change, they won't change. They're very stable. They're the fixed energy. They're the core of the season, right? So it can be very it's not like a mutable or an initiating energy, but it's the core of that energy. So when we see the fixed square, it's very strong and very hard to overcome. And with Leo being fire and Scorpio being water, it can be extremely difficult for energies of Scorpio to really mesh well with the energy of Leo, right? But same with Taurus and same with Aquarius. But those are a little bit different because they're not so, like, Scorpio's secretive. Scorpio is intense, right? Scorpio's fucking intense. And power, this kind of power with a Scorpio rising can just be a little bit too much maybe for them to handle, right? Because they kind of internalize things, right? So they're not necessarily so expressive about the power. So the power could almost like, let's read about it. The 10 of Viking horns, the horns of power. The 10 Viking horns marks a painful but inevitable end. For example, a relationship may come to an abrupt end, your job may be cut, or a contract is broken. The painful hurt you have endured have not gone without purpose. Use the positive power within you to learn from your pain and draw wisdom from the defeat. Let's keep going. So we have the Queen of Bibles. I'm sorry, the Queen of Wands coming out for Libra risings, right? Libra risings are naturally just very attracted. Wait, are we doing this right? Yeah. Did I do that right? I don't think I did. I think I did it backwards. Sorry, I might have done it backwards. Okay, so the Queen of Bibles, nurturing and supporting others on their spiritual journey. The Queen of Bibles reminds you that you are upbeat, courageous, and determined. You are here to see through your creative visions and life purpose, even in the face of adversity and challenge. Don't be afraid to own your real power, but put it into the world. You have so much to offer, so shine your light bright. Let's keep moving. We have the star card for the 12th house. And this 12th house is going to be about, this is like the community, the collective. This is like talking about the general community. And let's read the star, and then we're going to go on to the next one. So even in the darkest night, there is a glimmer of hope. The star represents hope, inspiration, and renewal. It signifies that after a period of struggle or hardship, there is a sense of calm and peacefulness will emerge. The card indicates you should focus on your hopes, dreams, and aspirations. You have faith in the universe that you will be able to achieve your goals. This card also symbolizes spiritual awakening, inner guidance, and intuition. It encourages you to trust your instincts, follow your heart, and believe that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. So that is my reading for Raphael. We're going to move on to Uriel next, which is we're going to start Uriel at 1. World started at 118. I'm going to take a little bit of a break just to kind of stretch my legs a little bit, clear this up. That seemed more like a Uriel card to me. I'm not really sure. I feel like they put God is healed there because Uriel is kind of a complex star. It was kind of reminding me a little bit more of Uriel, right? Just in regards to the astrological placement of it, but we'll get some more information and see what comes out. So this next star we're going to be looking at is Antares. Which isn't really making a lot of sense to me, but we're going to see what is going on here. Because if we're putting this puzzle together, something's not necessarily making a lot of sense. We'll see. Okay, so if you're paying attention, we're going to see. Because something I've noticed as I've been really digging into the deeper astrological energies is that there is something that is not taught to the general public that is not correct about the wheel, right? It's almost like there's something you have to twist, something you have to turn to make the puzzle unlock. We already learned that tropical astrology isn't even the real placement of the planets. First of all, we already learned that. The second, that they don't tell the general population. We also learned that, what else did we learn? Oh, fuck, I forgot. They just cleared my brain. Okay. We're going to tap into it. So the next card we're going to be looking at is Uriel, which is the tower, and it talks about the fire of God, and it is disruption, warns of disasters, and aids in transformation. So there's something here about the way that they're placing these angels as almost to like heal, or as almost to like try and like stop the manifestation of war happening, right? In regards to the angels they put there, in regards to the energy that they are trying to maybe not have people really tap into properly, right? It would make more sense that the way that we were reading that last star, it would seem a little bit more like the fire of God would belong in Leo. But they want to say the fire of God is in Scorpio, which is water. So it's almost like they're trying to take away, like the people that created the astrological systems, it's almost like they're trying to take away the power of Scorpio. Because Scorpio's fucking powerful. We're going to see. We're going to pull it up because Antares might actually be in Sagittarius. I'm not really sure. We got to see. But it could also be an Ophiuchus, which is another secret that has been hidden from us. Right? Ophiuchus is the hidden sign of the zodiac. Right? So there's so many, it's occult knowledge, right? Where this astrology is occulted. There's things that need to be unlocked. There's things that they don't want to tell you. There's different beliefs. There's different things to go about that I'm trying my best to unlock and understand, because I do feel like it is the overall keys to the spiritual streets, right? Let's get into it. So we're going to be looking at Antares. Aries. So Antares is a red supergiant star in the constellation of Scorpius. It is one of the largest and brightest stars visible to the naked eye. It is 700 times larger in diameter to the sun. And if it were at the center of our solar system, it would extend to Mars. So that motherfucker is huge. It is really big. It's only 12 million years old, which means it's younger by stellar standards. The name Antares comes from the Greek phrase meaning rival of Ares, like planet Mars, likely due to its brightness and color. It's located at the center of the Scorpion constellation. It is also known as the heart of the Scorpion. I believe I have my Chiron placed here. Antares makes people tough, belligerent, and Pugnacios. Pugnari, I don't know that word. It is an important star for the military personnel and is said to convey mental alertness, strategic ability, and courage to make daredevils, especially if tied up with the MC ascendant Sun or Jupiter. Antares, according to tradition, Antares is of a violent character and is credited to be significant for violent death, either battle or by process of law. And it is the guardian of the western sky. I'm sorry. So technically, we are looking at the mutable cross. Technically, Aldebaran is located currently at 9 degrees of Gemini. I just got the proper information. Regulus is at 0 degrees of Virgo. Antares is at 9 degrees of Sagittarius. And Fomalhaut is at 4 degrees of Pisces. So Antares is active December 2nd through December 4th. Antares is the guardian of the western sky and is one of the brightest stars we can see with the naked eye. It lies directly opposite Aldebaran, creating a powerful axis. If Aldebaran in Gemini is connected to our mental body, Antares in Sagittarius is connected to our emotional body. When the sun crosses the axis of Aldebaran and Antares from May 29th through May 31st, and then again from December 2nd to December 4th, it can open a stargate, allowing us to receive psychic downloads and balance our mental and emotional bodies. In some cultures, Antares is considered to be the resting place for souls as they make their journey to the afterlife. Antares is closely connected to the energy of Mars. Mars is fearless, confident, passionate, and bold, but also hot-tempered, irritable, and impulsive. If you have Antares active in your birth chart, within 1 or 2 degrees of your sun, moon, any planet rising or midheaven, it can indicate a strong nature and innate confidence. You are likely to be intuitive and very in tune with your feelings, which can help you lead a life of passion and purpose. However, this can have its drawbacks when your emotional state is out of balance. When out of balance, the energy of Antares can manifest as obsession, reckless behavior, or acting on impulse. The best way to work with the energy of Antares is to learn how to balance your emotional state. This may involve talking to a therapist, learning how to protect your energy, meditative practices. Hey dog, stop it. Okay. We kind of already did the Samael. We're just going to get a quick one because I really don't have a lot of more time to be doing this. All right. Hey, doggo. You're over there snoring, lady. Oh, yeah. Okay. So talk to me about Antares. We're going to put another angel out here just because I shuffled it. We have God who took evil, longevity, and protects against infirmities, which is the 6 of Wands. And then we have the Magician here with the generous God. So let's take a look and see. I think I'm going to use my deck for this one, which I don't use very often, but I'm going to in this reading just because I want to. So whenever I use this deck, I usually only use it for myself, but all right, give me how do we want to do this? Give me the current path for Archangel Uriel. We're here at Uriel. The current path, please. We have Chosen, or the Star card. Healing. What must be accepted? Five of Wands. What must be released? We have the Tower or Uriel. What is the challenge? The Page of Cups. Okay. What is being hidden? The Ace of Wands. And what is the source of wisdom? We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles wanted to pop out with it. So the path you're walking right now, if you're connected to Antares, is the card of being chosen, is the card of being called, right? Many are called, few are chosen. So there is this energy here of your resilience and your ability to overcome and to kind of work through these obstacles, work through this very dense energy that you chose to incarnate by having any prominent placements next to the star. You're being chosen, right? You're not necessarily being called, which was happening with Taurus. We had that Judgment in reverse card. But here is the energy where you're being chosen, where you are being divinely selected to initiate this energy of the higher consciousness, of like the energy of becoming a human, of taking on this higher knowledge, of really allowing your truest desires, right? Saying that you've already been through the soul incarnation in regards to the primal instinct, which is going to tie a lot more into the previous two stars. But this is really going into the higher mind and your ability to conduct yourself in a way that you have the control over these kind of energies of this super massive power, the super massive, like that's a huge star, right? That's so much power, right? It's the fire of God, right? You're being given the ability to have this ability to spark other people. And sometimes when you spark other people, it can bring through energies of conflict, right? We have Saturn and Leo. So that's going to talk about the blocking energies of, or holding back, restricting that ancestral power or that ancestral lineage, or that need to heal your ancestral lineage. And here I feel like you can get a little bit more selfish. Here I feel like you can get a little bit more, what do you want, right? What do you want to spark for yourself? Right? Your source of wisdom is finances. Your source of wisdom is receiving finances, right? The challenge is allowing your more so soft emotional nature, your innocent emotional nature that you have, this really soft and caring kind of sensitive aspect here of the challenge being the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is sensitive. The Page of Cups is sweet, is nice, is loving, loves to love. That's the thing about the Page of Cups. It's very artistic as well. And so that's the challenge, is to, and what must be accepted is that there will be people that envy you. There will be people that are mad that you were given this power, this extreme power that comes with this galactic center, right? The center of the universe. They're the center of the galaxy, right? There's this ability, this supermassive black hole as well, where you have the capacity to kind of consume all energy that tries to come near you. You can consume it, you can suck it into your energy and into your energy body, and you can really benefit off of it, especially financially. What's being hidden from you is this source of power that you have with Uriel, right? People want to hate on Sagittarians. People want to give Sagittarius so much strife, right? But Uriel is chosen, right? Uriel is the one that sits in the Garden of Eden, doesn't he? And writes the book of life, I believe, or he guards the gate of the Garden of Eden, I believe, doesn't he? Right? So you're the first in line almost, it seems to me, in regards to the Bible or the Biblios, and whether it's the truth or not, we have shared that knowledge for so long that we've given that power, right? We've given that power, we've created it to be so, or the higher ups or the kings from the past created it to be so. And so your source of knowledge is that you have the ability to obtain a lot of wealth. You have the ability to be extremely wealthy. You're not afraid to sit in a place of being receptive to other people's finances, even if it brings about strife or competition or just what must be released. Page of Swords. Whoever's causing conflict, whoever's being antagonistic, whoever is being very selfish, right? It's not a very selfish energy, Sagittarius. While they can be, yes, extremely materialistic, and they can be about their money, and they can be extremely about your money, even, is what they can be, because I mean, it rules the natural rule of the 9th house. You have to pay a lot of money to go to college, you know? And they are very worried about their money, because they know that the knowledge and the things that they're able to provide you is of a higher nature. And so they're not afraid to ask you for a lot of money about it. And if that causes disruptions, right? There's families that, you know, parents will save up for their kids' college tuition for a very long time. And I feel like that is where Sagittarian gets their source of wisdom, is knowing that what they offer and what they provide is worth a lot of money. The challenge is getting over the emotional feelings or like the insecurity of that, right? You have to become hard a little bit. You kind of have to harden yourself, so that we have these page things of what needs to be released, and that is the more softer, immature energy, right? You have to be very mature, right? There's a very strong maturation of the soul or of your incarnation that comes with this star. That's why it's so intense. That's why it's so brutal almost sounding. It's because you are literally it's the first step out of death, right? You've now, like, that aspect of your soul has officially died, and now you're now in the higher mind. And there's a lot of power that comes with crossing that bridge or crossing that axis. And so a lot of times people can become belligerent, or they can make an ass of themselves, right? Sometimes when you get a sort of like new power, sometimes it can go to your head a little bit. Sometimes you can straight up act a fool, you know? Sometimes you can do things a little bit out of control, and that's normal, right? It's like when you first become 18, sometimes we go a little crazy, we go a little buck wild, we do some crazy things, but it's your job in this life to temper that, to bring temperance to that Sagittarian freedom that you chose to incarnate with. So it's a new sense of power that's coming to you, but you have to learn to control it, right? You have to be able to understand the transformation that's happening to the soul when you are going through this, right? Let's clear this out. We're going to go on to the next one. And here we're going to be doing Gabriel. What time are we at? So we're going to start this one at 1:35, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break just for a second, pull up the information we need to about Fomalhaut. Now, so now we're going on to the next one, and here we have the moon, and it's going to be God is my strength, divine revelation, reveals messages, and has the power to destroy. Okay, thanks so much, Buddha. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. And so I didn't ever say what Uriel, the divine name that you use for Uriel, is which is I am who I am. Adonai is, what's Adonai? I don't remember. Adonai, let me pull it up because I think I actually have a picture of it. So this is like, we're pulling up the 4 energies of, we're communicating with the portals when we do the Kabbalistic cross. Don't look at that. Oh, there's Buddha. Picture me and Buddha the first time we met. Oh, crazy. Don't look at my Google photos. Stop it. I'm looking at my own Google photos because I'm allowed to do that. Oh, dude, I was looking like hot hammered horse shit right there. That was my best friend that passed away. She was, that was my best friend growing up. Don't swap on me. So that was my best friend growing up, Victoria. We were really good friends. We had yin yang necklaces. She got shot in the back. She was a Pisces, I believe. I believe she had Fomalhaut, close to Fomalhaut's sun. She was a cool lady. Okay, let's see. What are we looking for? Oh yeah, we're looking for it. Go up, 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 up. Oh shoot, that was a black clay mask. That was not attractive. Oh shit. Oh, we gotta go up higher because it was back, up, 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 up. Oh my gosh, I'm naked. Oh my god, stop. Get out of here. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! Okay, I'm just looking for this one picture because it's gonna tell me what it is, and I could look it up online. Here's a picture of me chilling on Saturn. It's a statue by my house. Anyways, oh my god. No, this is not appropriate to be looking at all these right now. Okay, can you just give me the picture that I need, please? Beep boop beep bop beep boop beep beep boop bop boop beep 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 bop boop beep bop. Ooh, I was looking real fit there. I need to start exercising more. Damn. Oh shit. Okay, we're getting there. Dude, I'm fucking doing weird stuff, dude. Ah, don't you hate that? I'm doing weird stuff sometimes. Let's see. Oh, there's a picture of my family. I'm the little one. Aren't we the cutest? Anyways, that's just a sweet picture. Ba-bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, boom, boom, bum. Oh, what? Ah, that's hilarious. Okay, sorry. Me and the guy I cried so hard for. What's that from? Flushed Away, I think. Anyways, sorry, I have to stop. Ah. Anyways, what was I looking for? I completely forgot. Okay. I'm looking for something. Oh. And okay, dude. Right on. Fuck, I take a lot of pictures of myself. It's ridiculous. Look at this diamond, dude. Let's see. We're getting close. I almost started painting the room. Why is this taking so long? We're getting really close to the picture that I'm looking for. Oh, damn. Where's my dog? Oh, we're getting really close. Why is this taking so long? Damn, the closet doors look way better. The first time I painted the closet doors was scary as heck. As all heck can get out. Okay, so when I started the compass that I drew on the wall, this is how it kind of like started. It looked like a little virus or like a little bug, right? So that was the start of the compass that I drew on the wall. See it? That's like what it started as. I guess it started as like the moon, right? It started as that. It was the moon first. And this was in the north of the room. And then we kept working on it. And then it turned into that. And you can see how it started to become a compass. Okay. And then it turned into that. I think I even did a live stream. I think I deleted the live stream, but I did a live stream where I was painting it. So here we go. So this is what what you say when you are doing the LBRP. So we say, I didn't have the directions correct because I put Raphael in the east. I put Micheal in the south. I put Gabriel in the west, and I put Uriel in the north. So that wasn't necessarily correct. But the divine names is correct. So we see YHVH. It's not Raphael there for that one, but we have I am, and then we see that's the Hebrew word, and YHVH or WH means I am. And then we go down here to Adonai, which is going to be the name that you're going to be doing. I put Raphael in the south, so I might not even be doing that correct, but it means Lord or Master, and then you can see that is the Hebrew of Adonai. And then you can go over here to Gabriel in the west. Do I put Gabriel in the west? No, I put Uriel in the west now. So, but it's AEA, and AEA means I am who I am. And then in the north is where I put Gabriel, because Fomalhaut is in the north of my chart personally. And it means I am mighty. Lord, I can't read that. Lord Master, and it means an Agela is the word that we use for the north. And so you can see the whole entire thing here in regards to like your aura when you're opening up the portal. That's kind of what you would want it to look like. And when you're doing, when then you can call in other beings that you want to bridge between the four archangels, right? So that's like when you kind of like getting into like goetic work, I think you can do that in regards to the four on the side of you. And I think you would more than likely want to use the four goetic spirits, because when you think of what you're putting four positively charged beings around you when you're doing the lesser banishing ritual. So that's why they call it the banishing rituals, because when you do all of this, all of the energy in your aura, it completely clears, right? You put four positive like magnets all next to each other. They're all gonna like they're not gonna stick to you, right? It's all gonna go outward, right? As opposed to when you use a negatively polarized being and a positively polarized magnet, they stick to you, right? So there's something about that, and that's why they call it the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, is because these four angels will take everything that is not meant to be in your energy field, and it will send it away, right? It will disperse it, right? It's like a ginormous burst of energy. Think of like the sun doing like when it has like a solar storm, right? And it pushes all of that energy out. It's kind of like that. But we're using four different stars. And if you're thinking of yourself as a star, right, or the center, right, or little star dusts, it's kind of what you could attribute it to. So let's see. And the energy or the nakshatra that's attributed to where Fomalhaut is Shadabishak, I believe, Shadabisha, which is 100 healers. And it is the final ruled Rahu nakshatra. And it really talks a lot about like being very like community conscious and being very much so still in the realm of right? You haven't quite broken free. When you get past Shadabisha, you get into breaking through the circle. You get into more of the Piscean energy, where Pisces is not in this world, of this world, or anything, right? Pisces is a different creature, right? Pisces are a different creature entire. They're on like, that's graduation energy. It's like when you're just about to graduate school, sometimes the seniors can do things that are a lot different as opposed to the energies of the freshmen. And I want you to think of Aldebaran as the freshman. They get Micheal, right? They might get the more so strong and powerful leader, while Gabriel is a little bit gonna like let you kind of have, I feel like, a little bit more freedom, right? Well, Uriel is like, you have the freedom, you're finally given the freedom, but you know, you kind of like, it's like when you get a whole bunch of power, it's like you drive in a car, sometimes it's like, whoa, right? Here you are at the point of highest power, but you know how to wield the power that you're given with this card. Fomalhaut. Let's look it up. Fomalhaut star. So, and it's a very beautiful star. It's the only blue one. That's what it looks like. So, see, it's pretty. Fomalhaut is called the loneliest star. So when we get into like the energy of Pisces and like isolation, then maybe that could be why. So Fomalhaut in astrology. Okay. So we're going to be reading, this is from Substack, and it's by Chloe Margarita, and it was made in May 26, 2024. Oh, it's a paid thing. Maybe we can just let it talk to us. Read my page out loud. So I'm just going to let you guys listen to this, and then I'm going to...
1056. S. N. Substack.com plus. Recent bedroom. Recent bedroom. Subscribe. Sign in. A. Book a fixed star consult. X. Laughing face.
Oh, shit.
RICORNVS Pancaris, Pan. Algetty. 23.
Pause
Star
this.
consult.
Pause it. Wait. Formal halt. I just don't have the energy right now to read this. I can read it, but formal halt astrology. Let's go here. This is from astrologyking.com. Let's see. No. Read my page out loud.
Okay.
Here we go.
From Astrology King. Fixed Star Fomalhaut. By Jamie. Fomalhaut at 03 degree 52 feet, according to Ptolemy, itis of the nature of Venus and Mercury, and, to Alvitas, of Jupiter in square to Saturn from Pisces and Sagittarius. It is said to be very fortunate and powerful, and yet to cause malevolence of sublime scope and character, and change from a material to a spiritual form of expression. Cardan stated that together with the stars rising with 12 Gemini, it gives an immortal name. 4. Anonymous, 379 AD, said Fomalhaut is like Venus and Mercury. 9. Alpha Piscis Australis, a star in the mouth of the southern fish, spectral class A2 white. These natives are subject to undermining influences. The natives are idealistic, spiritual in character, gentle folk, and mentally keen. 11. Fomalhaut has a Mercury-Venus character with a blending of Neptune influence. It is of quite variable effect, either very good or very bad, depending on the overall cosmic structure. It is assumed, however, that the helpful influence is the greater one. 5. Flammarion says that it was Hastorang in Persia 3000 BC, when near the winter solstice, and a royal star, one of the four guardians of heaven, sentinels watching over other stars. 2. The prime star of the southern fish, Alpha Piscis Austrinus, the mouth of the fish, is Fomalhaut. It is of a Venus-Mercury nature. For all its exalted associations, this star has often been counted a malefic, especially in mundane and political affairs. Really, if we take this angelic significance seriously, we should not be too surprised at occasional celestial indignation over some of our viler projects for destroying life around us. On the personal horoscope, however, Fomalhaut shows up a good talent and a ready will to speak out when necessary and to contribute new ideas and thinking when they are most needed. If not so well aspected, there can be a tendency to speak with the tongues of angels, yet be as empty-sounding brass, as St. Paul put it. Fomalhaut is the star of that divine messenger Gabriel, generally announcing a good event to come. It bestows great power and wisdom, from above, and is very much to do with releasing us from the inertia of the past and with opening up a new era for us. The archangel stars have been characterized as horses, reflected both in the famed four horsemen of Apocalypse, Revelation 6, and chariot horses in the book of Zechariah. Regulus was long considered the supreme of the four guardians,
But the role of Fomalhaut, Gabriel, in the birth of Jesus, must now be said to challenge or actually supplant, with a new stage in human spiritual evolution, the supremacy of the more medical archangel of the Leonine era. 3. Fomalhaut, one of the 4 royal architects, inspires a future vision for an evolved humanitarian-based society. Fomalhaut inspires new ideas and pursuits in the art sciences, technology, and in social issues of the world. Fomalhaut promotes the flow of resources within the human populace that creates a wholesome human condition. Fomalhaut defies convention and compartmentalization but supports individuality, progress, and freedom. 10. Fomalhaut rules the heel of the right foot. 6. Fixed star Fomalhaut conjunctions. Ascendant conjunct Fomalhaut, great and lasting honors, an immortal name. 4. On the ascendant and in good aspect, tradition has it that this star will make for fame and a name remembered forever. 5. Very eloquent and good-looking. May only have a few children or only belatedly or have only girls or none. Well-known, famous, resourceful, very learned, fond of philosophical dissertations, eloquent, creative, insightful, ingenious, fond of music and the arts, kind-hearted, agreeable and with a delicate life, happy, sensible and thoughtful, skillful and fortunate. Self-taught, esteemed for reasoning ability, a propensity for what is virtuous, well-spoken and pleasant to talk to, amiable and well-tempered manners, solicitous, possesses the art of judgment, and generous. A splendid and illustrious life, glorious, mighty and commanding nature. Fame, busy with many activities, bountiful resources, well-known or feared in cities and regions, prosperity from youth and in own city. 9. Pablo Escobar 0 degrees 59 feet, Catherine the Great 1 degree 18 feet. Ascendant and Mercury conjunct Fomalhaut. The native will be a prophet and will appear great in the eyes of men and will be a philosopher, inventor of the sciences and has knowledge of everything, especially of those sciences originating in the region of Babylon. And if the nativity were nocturnal, and Mercury placed in this way and Mars were in the 6th place from Mercury, right with respect to the...
Okay. I have my ascendant conjunct Fomalhaut. Do I? No, I don't. I have Fomalhaut in my 12th house. I don't know if they're using sidereal placements. If they are, then I have a 1 degree Pisces ascendant. If they are talking tropical, I have a 23 degrees Pisces ascendant. So, let's do this little reading. Write fast, write quick. And just see what comes out. So we have this Blu-ray being. And here, see, I did the energies wrong. I was reading for Gabriel before. I read this card earlier today and I uploaded a video. It's actually ready to be uploaded. But we're going to read, I think, what they said again about the Blu-ray being, because it's the only royal star that is blue. Which is going to talk a lot about Jupiter. Or has said. When we get up to this part of the chart, things get really, like, they can be difficult to understand, but it's really, really so much. This is when we get to the higher mind, right? This is like the higher mind, like we've kind of controlled the power of the higher mind, but we're going to read it, what they say here. So, for the Blu-ray, it's source. The Blu-ray is source. So, if you are of the Blu-ray, get ready. Lemurian star child, you have the blue colors and tones come in your life recently. Blue is the color of, it says Archangel Michael, but we obviously know now that it's not. It's Archangel Gabriel, but it can also be Michael. It is also a cosmic color. Deep within the ocean of the dolphins, commune through higher frequencies of cosmic blue color. They swim in and out of portals that connect them to higher dimensions and other worlds. Feel the Blu-ray frequency as the dolphin or mermaid in Lemuria, undistorted by lower frequencies. You can communicate freely and connect to your star family. Here you see that the human 3D world is actually a hologram that you can step into and have a unique experience of shining your light into the physical world. Whether you have felt the Blu-ray all of your life or you've just become aware of its blessings, it can give you a profound insight. You are remembering the special purpose that you chose before you came into the physical human form. You are within humanity to spread the divine knowledge and guidance through words and energetically. Perhaps you wish that you were more normal at times, like most people. To feel Lemuria and the cosmic connection with your family of light is perfectly normal, and to dismiss it is a tunnel vision from humanity. Attune deeply to the blue ray as it helps you to surrender any remaining insecurity. Do you get in a heightened state of sensitivity when your channel of cosmic energy opens up? When you feel your family of light, know that it is important to integrate these experiences rather than to chase them. When you open your heart, cosmic experiences come naturally, without the need to force anything. Do you find a contrast between the multidimensional and the 3D world? Does the latter feel harsh at times? As a Blu-ray being, you are creating a bridge between the 3D world and the multidimensional. You inform people of the multidimensional energetically through your words. At the same time, you are healing your physical body through multidimensional light. Which aspect of the blue ray do you connect with? The blue ray guidance comes from the earth through the Lemurian blue ray, but also from space through the cosmic blue ray. The angelic blue ray is infused by Archangel Michael or Archangel Gabriel, who shows that all of these blue ray aspects are really one. And it says here a different card that we can pull. Let's see. We're going to read the first card of the entire deck, which is going to be Arise. Let's see if I can find it in the deck. It's the only one. Let's see. I'm going to find it in the deck so I can pull it out. Sometimes when I'm working with oracle decks like this, like there's specific messages. I don't really like to do like just the regular shuffling. Sometimes it's better to just like, especially when they tell you like the cards that go along with the cards. So here we go. So this is the card of Arise. And a lot of times these natives, when they have this rising, they'll have really pretty blue eyes, right? We think of like Aquarius risings having like those crazy like piercing blue eyes. I have Jupiter completely conjunct my ascendant, and I just put off a lot of light doing this reading, so my eyes are looking a little dark right now, but a lot of times they'll have really piercing blue eyes. Like both my parents have really strong blue eyes, but because I have Jupiter and Pallas Athena literally conjunct my ascendant, like bitch, it's right on my ascendant. It's in the 12th house though. So technically, yeah, but so instead my eyes have that, like they look a lot like Jupiter, like the actual planet of Jupiter. So let's see, we're going to read the very first card, which is Arise, and it says, know and flow as the love you are, and it also says bliss. All right. What does it say here? The ending of old energy, beginning of the new paradigm, and source communication. 9/11, which I believe is today. Is today 9/11? Yeah. See, it says numerology. It says 9/11, and then it also says 0 and 5. Source communication. Introduction says, arise in your divine nature, your truth, and your bliss. Your child within longs to play, to be nurtured, and to evolve. Allow your attention to be caught by this young one who is fully alive and ready to heal past wounds and to reconnect with divine meaning. You are starting to see the many gifts of the path of the Lemurian star child. You are starting to remember parts of yourself, perhaps long forgotten, that are naturally in awe of the universe. These joyous sparks of inspiration have never left you, even if they were deeply buried under traumatic experiences. Dear one, the path of your divine purpose lies before you. Explore, arise, express the love that is within your heart. So this is going to tie also very strongly into Aleister Crowley and Thelema and the Aeon of the Child, right? And this is, we're going in, like the precession of the equinoxes moves backwards. So we're getting really close to that energy of moving into the age of Aquarius, which is going to be the aeon of the child. And so a lot of the healing work that needs to be done right now, as we're beginning to transition into this new aeon, is going to deal a lot with the inner child and becoming children again, right? We're going to have AI that's going to be able to do a lot of the more adult functions that we had to be kind of grown to be able to do ourselves. Right now we're going to have computers that are going to be able to do that for us. So we're going to be able to live this more blissful, childlike life throughout the entirety of our life, where there's not going to be this energy of needing to be so adult-like and so serious and so, because we're not going to have so many responsibilities, where we're going to be able to let our creativities kind of uh, stay, right? The imagination of the child will begin to remain more constant through our energies of puberty. And I think that that's going to be a lot of what the Aeon is going to be switching us into, is that ability and that connection to the inner child is going to remain stronger for longer periods of time, as opposed to kind of dying out and withering away with our need to be mature all the time and do all these things that I feel like computers are going to be able to do for us. So there's going to be more so like a freedom, and that's why maybe like the energy of I don't know, I just thought of Bernie Sanders for some reason, and just like that ability to just kind of like the equality of all, and like the borders are all going to need, like they have to go away, because there is no borders when you get to Pisces, right? Pisces knows no borders, right? So we're going to get to this point where the precession of the equinox is going to have to pass through Purva Bhadrapada, and when it does, all of the boundaries that we know will literally fall away. It has to, right? That area of the sky has that divine power to do that, and it's the only portion of the sky that really has the ability to break the circle. And it's going to be right there as it crosses over. We think of Purva Bhadrapada is ruled by Jupiter, but it is in the sign of Aquarius. But the last pada of Purva Bhadrapada is when the circle breaks, because it is Jupiter, and it is Cancer ruled Navamsa. I have my ascendant in that nakshatra, which is literally the breaking of the circle. It's the transcendence of boundaries. It's already having been through that final test. You get to that little section, that little portion of heaven where you know no boundaries, where it is lawlessness for you, and you have to control your, like, it's the final test of the beast within. So you have to like obtain the Saturn for yourself. You have to find the ability to control yourself within, the animal within you. And that's why I have this ring, is because that's what I am working on doing, right? It's controlling my inner beast. And it is the animal that rules that portion of the sky is the male lion, is the king of the jungle, is the alpha male, is the king, is the protector. It's the one that women or like my face just did you see that? That was crazy. Okay, that surround around it to provide for that alpha male energy, because it is the one at the end of the day that will be the one breaking of the circle. So the Arise card signals a turning point in specific issues or life. In a general, the shift towards mastery and healing, beyond shadows or even overwhelming polarities. The source of light shines on the inner child who can rest now, because there is no more reasons for fear or reasons to fear or act out. Do you feel too overwhelmed to see the light at the end of the tunnel? Did your inner child ask for love by creating dramatic scenes in your life? If so, please stop for a moment and clear the dust out of your eyes to see that your freedom is waiting for you. Nothing is preventing you from claiming it except your receptive habits and beliefs. Shh, lady. Come here. Come over here. I have something for you. You want a snack? You want a biscuit? Come here. Come over here. Stop snoring for just 1 minute. Come here. This is my dog. Her name is Linda. Step. Oh, it's fine. It's fine too. Come here. Come to me. I was really trying to talk to you. was really trying to talk to you about some things, dude. You're stepping on all the cards. She said, I'm going to step on them all. Don't worry about it. What do you need from me, dude? Just don't snore. We're almost done, and then you can snore all night, dude. I don't care. Okay? Oh, you're so beautiful. Wow. I love you. You want some dinner? Are you hungry? You want biscuits? She said, oh, just do this. This is the stuff, dude. You release too much negativity on this journey, but focusing on it is not necessary and could prevent you from seeing that your freedom is emerging. When your inner child asks for your attention, sharing glee or despair, why let deep emotions pull you into an old reality? As a compassionate elder, you can embrace the child in love without affirming any victimhood. My love, focus on what is now emerging, your Lemurian star child. This is your pristine form, lying under the stars of Lemuria in total bliss, Lemuria being Eden. The flow of oneness, the Lemurian star child might also take form of a dolphin, swimming in the seas of Lemuria. Have you felt belittled by some situations in your life? As a Lemurian star child, you are now rising above those situations. In your etheric form, you can touch the stars and look back at the relativity of earthly life. You see that you are much bigger than those situations, that you are infinite. You have been looking for your true self while disoriented by mental or emotional baggage for a moment. Sometimes life can seem like a dense forest of emotional issues in which it's easy to get lost. As a Lemurian star child, you are now seeing the world with pristine eyes as you are receiving guidance from your light family, including the Pleiadians and the Lemurians. Lemurian star child, come back to the place you have never left. Your home is your cosmic heart source, the light within the light. You can now rise above the density of mental and emotional forms. Spread your wings because you are an angel within the bird tribe. Allow yourself to be this etheric energy of bliss and unconditional love from which you oversee all. Arise into your bliss and joyful play. In Eden, worry was never an option. It simply didn't cross your mind as you enjoyed every vibration of love. You were never designed to be a warrior, to be burdened, or to overthink life situations. Receive this blessing in your heart and let this vibration of love grow until it encompasses all of your life. Arise to see through the illusion of separation. Realize that it never had a reality. See that you would never willingly choose to suffer, but that you have challenged yourself to come to earth, to live within, and to face this illusion. You are now seeing through the tricks of the illusionist, which is the ego. Arise into the love and bliss which is your true nature. There is nothing beyond that which you are already experiencing. Within this now moment, it is within your earthly form and experience that you discover the Lemurian star child, your pristine ecstasy. Beyond every shadow, there is light, but there is nothing beyond the present moment. I am surrendering to love and I am free. We have perspective, and we have cosmic consciousness. As well as love, and we have ignorance as well. We have 18, 46, 28, and 26. 18 perspective, 46 cosmic consciousness, 28 ignorance, and 26 is love. Acceptance. All right, I think we're going to leave it there. Let's get an archetype card. Shout out to Caroline Miss. I really like her. She's really, actually very interesting to listen to. Yeah, we have the Exorcist. Freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. Shadow attribute is fear of facing your own demons. We also have the Knight, loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honor. Shadow attributes is allegiance to the destructive ruler or principle, or romantic delusions. We have the hero or the heroine, which is the light attribute is passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Shadow attribute is escapism and a false sense of heroism. And then we have the monk or the nun. Light attribute is selfless devotion with a single-minded dedication to spirit. Shadow attributes is negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. And we have the teacher. Light attributes is ability to communicate knowledge, experience, and skill or wisdom. The shadow attribute is manipulating or abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. So we also have the destroyer. Your card is the chariot. And your personal career or finance card. We have miscalculation. We have bothered. And we have lucky you. And mainstream. Miscalculation. Taking responsibility for your mistakes is a good sign to start all over again. Learn from the lessons and use them for better judgment. Don't fear failure, but be afraid of regrets. Your worries are blocking your success. Remind yourself of your greatness and stay optimistic. We have miscalculation for, that's going to be the first sign we read for. We have bothered. We have lucky you for the Antares energy. This is your lucky time. Things are turning in your favor. Take advantage of this opportunity and make the most out of it. And then for Fomalhaut, the final one we just read for, it is time to be seen and show your talent to the world. Your business is getting more audience at this moment. So I think I'm going to leave that there. We also have enterprise and objective. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was somewhat helpful for you guys. It was kind of a new reading. I didn't really know exactly which way I was going with it, but we definitely got some pretty good information. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel already, you can do that now. Timestamps will be in the description box below. Donations are accepted and always welcomed. Cash App is in the description. There's also a cool quote in there, and you can get any information about booking a personal reading with me in the description box. You can also follow me on Instagram. It is NANI_SHEGAN, Nani Shigan. Nani_Shigan, NANI SHEGAN. And it was. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, how are you doing? I hope you guys liked that. It was kind of a different reading. We are going to be working a lot more so with the energy of the 4 archangels and getting into this LBRP. And then soon I'd like to be able to try and start working with the goetic spirits. I just want to get a little bit more acquainted with the archangels, just because that's going to be the energy that will clear away the energy of working with the goetic and angelic angels of the Shimha Heferesh, which is really how you gain a lot of power, right? The Shimha Heferesh will be the 72 angels that surround the throne of God, which is the next level past the nakshatras, which I'm sure that a lot of people don't know a lot about. The Shimha Heferesh is how you build the armor of God, and then you can start to work with the goetic spirits. But first you have to build the armor of God, which is probably going to take, a while. I think that if you do the entire thing, Damien Eccles was talking about, he made a book called Angels and Archangels, and it talks about like the celestial lotus. He said that when he was doing it, when he was in prison, it took him like 3 hours of invoking every day that he would do it. So yeah, it's definitely something we're going to work up to. I'm still at the very beginning of the whole process. I'm not really trying to rush it. I'm definitely trying to get the most out of the little things, because that's what magic, high magic, is really about, is about obtaining as much information and just like enjoying the process of it and kind of letting your own intuition kind of go with the solid practices that they teach in high magic, right? Because this is what we're doing, magic. I'm not just a tarot reader, I'm a magician, right? I practice high magic. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to kind of incorporate it into everyone so that you guys can all kind of understand it, because I know not everyone will be a magician, right? Not all people are, but it's still fun to experience the energy of it. So that was just the very basic neophyte lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, and understanding what energy is being emitted from my personal aura. I haven't done the thing yet, but we kind of got the energy of what is about to go out. So I'm going to do the LBRP now, but I'm not going to do it on camera because it takes time. And let's get some of these cards, see what has come out. We have Jesus was just a prophet. We have justice is coming. We have a proxy war. We have perfection. Perfect ion. Perfect ion. So we think of the ion as communicating to the energy of the atom, of the charges of the atom. We have a perfect ion. So a perfect charge is coming to the atoms of the world, right? As I'm manifesting, as I'm sitting here reading these cards in developer mode, that's what I'm doing when I'm in, right? When I get in a word that comes out with ion, it's telling me how the atoms of the world is going to be reflected when I do this ritual at the end of this reading. This is a pretty powerful one. What we went for 2 hours, yeah, it's going to be powerful. The entire world will feel it. Whether you're watching it or not, we have moonbeams of lineage of Jesus or of Yeshua. Descendants of Jesus. We have Wells Fargo. We have Mark Allen King calls her the real bride of Christ, a psychopath, and accused her of stalking him. So we have Mark Allen King calls her the real bride of Christ, a psychopath, and accused her of stalking him. We have break the redhead witch spit curse and free my love. We have Saint Jude. We have Psalms 18:5, the cards of grace coiled around me and the snares of death confronted me. We also have martyrism key, which is 8:20 Hebrew, 8:16 English, and 1:36. That's creating a triangle of art. So the triangle of art we are creating right now is, I guess, going to be that of martyrism. I don't know if another one will come out. I'm going to grab this other stack in just a second. You make all decisions confidently. All right, let's get the rest of these out. We have a spontaneous and enthusiastic lover. We have Aquarius and Leo. We have dealing with someone with the X factor, different from everyone else and stands out of the crowd. We have holy royalty. What I hope you understand, what I hope you guys understand is that once this is all done, I am never speaking to any of you ever again. Yeshua smiles. I am doing my own thing. I don't care what people say or think. We also have Zayin, which is the 7th Hebrew letter, which is the plow or the weapon. The verb is to cut off, tear apart, throw, pierce, scatter. Adjective, fragmented, diverse. Noun is loot, whore, and seed. We have spiritual restriction, destroy, and freedom. Captivity and suffering is not the way anymore. My life and death proves this. We have a Rahayo Ratanahish, which is Ratana equals the jewel or the gem, and YHWH willing. I don't know what that means. I do know what it means, but you have Aries and Libra on top, Aries on the bottom. We have dream transmitter. He loves me still. Okay. Timelines are shifting to fit your desired reality. Look up to your partner. Put your partner on a pedestal. We have China to rebuild Gaza, whether Jews like it or not, to include the world's largest underground city. We also have a ticket to paradise. And I would like a relationship or partner, but do not need one to define or support me. We have screenshotting. We have protect ion. We have Runaway by Del Shannon. I'm walking in the rain, tears are falling, and I feel the pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. One more, final one. We have a Judas Iscariot code. I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you guys again at the next one.